And they'll be the last three that I would read from this book. It's a collection of Down in the Dirt issues from 2021 that is called Excerpts from the Plague Years. It's novel because if you zoom in really, really tightly, you can see icicles hanging off of this, which is the oddest thing in Austin, to see icicles hanging off of statues. This first one that I wanted to share with you, now that I've got them marked, is called Zircon Gemstones, Baubles, and Bling, and it was written for National Jewel Day. So this is why this poem exists. So this is Zircon Gemstones, Baubles, and Bling. Today it was like some sort of a contest. Some distance had already been traveled and we still had to get to the last building to get to the back room first to apparently win. Went charging into the strange building. It was the final stop, so I went upstairs because back room was the end goal, but I saw 6 or 7 contenders in front. I thought this meant that I had lost the contest, and then I saw that they were all just milling around. I stayed on the edge, tried to ascertain if they had went in or what held them at that bay. And not learning much, I gathered that they just waited for something, I know not what. So since no one was looking toward that elusive back door, I snuck to it and I opened it up. Once I got inside, somebody's got a phone. Once I got inside, I rushed to the back, touched a large faucet along the back wall, and then I turned around and said, I made it, and my voice echoed loudly when I won. I didn't know what I'd win in this contest. My goal all along was only to succeed, and succeed I did. But as I now look back, now my greedy side now longed for more indeed. I was invincible after winning this contest, one of the hardest and strongest known. And come to think of it, the word diamond comes from the Greek word for invincible. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, I heard a bombshell croon. So maybe today my award will be diamonds and jewels that glimmer and catch the eye like any winner would. And in the back of this one, when I can manage to put it in, if I've got Instagram images that would go with it, and I have this Instagram image with like me holding a sparkler up and crazy paintings around me. And that corresponded with that poem. But this is one, the second one, I thought I would share with you, and it is a longer one, and it was written for different events. So I hope you guys will bear with me for this one because I don't know how many people here are vegetarians. This one is called Zucchini versus Sausage, Different Choices Today. This was written for Meat Out Day, a vegetarian day. And it starts with a quote from Gandhi. The greatness of a nation and its moral progress can be judged by the way its animals are treated. I heard of Meat Out Day the day before, and I thought it was a holiday for barbecuing and for the masses to be gluttonous and mass cooking their mass slaughtered animal. I'm a vegetarian, and my husband learned that it was a holiday to eat vegan for the day. That made me smile, and then he said, well, I guess I won't be eating fish tomorrow, which, no, that also made me smile. No one spoke of this quote-unquote holiday on the 7th largest meat-eating city in the United States, which may seem surprising, but not in this Longhorn state. Which means I didn't hear a thing about the idea of veganism anywhere, which is the same as every other day of the year. In fact, while I was out yesterday during Meat Out Day, I heard 2 women talking very loudly at the table next to me, contemplating what food to order. Since appetizers were half off for happy hour, they planned to each order an appetizer and an entree. Eating there, I only ordered 1 appetizer, and that was enough food for just me. Well, when the one hefty woman chose salmon for the appetizer, the other hefty woman was saying loud enough for the entire room to hear that she couldn't decide between the spinach and the meat ravioli. So I decided to interject, and I mentioned that if she's trying to decide, today happens to be Meat Out Day. And when those words left my lips, she instantly said no. like eating vegetables was like contracting a deadly disease. So I smiled and tried to go back to my work, which was next to impossible with these two loud-talking women. But then I did hear the indecisive woman say that it might be smart to not get the beef ravioli. If the other one was getting salmon and they're also ordering entrees, the beef might be too heavy. Okay, but they're still not getting the concept of Meat Out Day. So I started to think about Meat Out Day being designed to promote our health, our environment, and animals. And it was when I was thinking about our health that I then heard the indecisive fat woman say that her mother, while in the hospital, had a heart attack. Where she then said, "That's a perfect place to have a heart attack." And the woman then explained that her mom that had quadruple bypass heart surgery. I looked at the size of these women and, okay, it's one thing to be overweight, but maybe their diet might have something to do with their health. Crazy idea, I know, as I hear of men that I know taking daily pills to combat their regular indigestion and heartburn. And my response is, what is heartburn? Stop eating so many steaks and you won't have to medicate yourself daily to continue eating dead animal. But that does seem to be the American way. Kill as many animals as we can so that we can be as gluttonous as we want to be, then medicate ourselves so we can stay on this cycle. If we think that there's too much violence in the world with terrorism and school shootings, maybe, just maybe, this violence can start with what we allow the world to slaughter so that we can ingest this violence every day at every meal. Wear the skins of your prey and feel like you have power when these capitalists allow others to do the killing for them. What does that say about who we really are? Brainwashed and overweight, people scoff when I suggest not eating meat. For once. If vegetarianism and vegans went together for one day while not eating meat, and the people who need it most won't listen, I don't know what else to do non-violently to spread the word. What steps can we take to truly make a difference? I look at my diet, and without trying, I get plenty of protein. But meat markets are convincing the urban Chinese to eat more meat for protein, although historically they never were low on protein. But lucky them, guess what? A lot of them now, versus before, have a lot of heart disease. Listening to corporate cogs to do what you're told is seldom the solution. But it seems that people prefer to not think, especially about the death they choose to consume at every day. Maybe it's only once people really look at what they're doing to themselves. Maybe only then the world will really change. Sorry, I had my Meat Out Day one. All right, I'm going to do one short one for you, and it's 5 haikus. Thank you. And I see people getting nice. Hey, William Gordon, hello. A short one here, and it has a little Instagram image to go with it. And it is actually 5 haiku called Glacial Ice. Rumbling ice mountain shakes your Antarctic campsite, foretells avalanche. Foretold avalanche careened glaciers recklessly to float in ocean. Ocean icebergs float in Antarctic sun, stay mostly just underwater. Underwater remnants, no dirt nor even air, makes crystal clear ice float. Clear floating ice chills, cracks in perfect drink after rumbling ice mountain. There's your ice story, especially when we're in the middle of a heat wave now, because welcome to Austin where it's 90 out, right, you guys? Thank you very much. Thank you.